Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Joseph. Today I want to talk about Outriders and the best way, the absolute best way to farm in this game as of the moment. Now, if you're just progressing in the game, I'm going to give you a strategy for that, and I'm going to give you a strategy for the end game as well. Some of them crisscross here. Let's get right away into the video. I don't want to waste any more time. If you're still progressing through the game and you're having some trouble beating certain sections of the game or certain world tiers are just too difficult, then your main source of farming should be monster hunts and bounty hunts, particularly monster hunts as they're much faster to complete. Any monster hunt is really going to work, but some are faster than others. You'll experience that as you go through the game. You'll find particular ones that are kind of easier to repeat, and it's a repeatable activity that you can do back and forth. What basically you do is you run and just complete it until you get to the point where you fight the final monster. Don't kill any of the ones around him, just go straight for him, kill him, pick up the gear, die and repeat. Now, if you're afraid of losing your world tier experience at this point, what you can do is you could turn down the notch on your world tier. Let's say if you're on world tier 7, bring it down to 6. You're not going to lose any world tier experience, and you'll still get the benefit of farming in that moment in time. Not to mention, you're going to get some titanium and leather resources and iron from any extra loot that you dismantle from any of the potential mods you could also receive there. So it's quite an efficient farm right there in that little circle where you can get a little bit of everything that you're going to need to complete the game, as well as some for the end game. Also, actually, don't be afraid to complete the bounties, whether they're monster hunts or just the regular bounty target hunts, because once you complete every single one in the game, you can reset them and get the same rewards for them that you would by turning in each of the quests. So don't think it's a one-time deal here. It's a repeatable activity here as well. It might be a good idea to leave some that you turn in until the end of the game so you can get some epics right away. But either way, if you want to complete them the first way through and turn them in right away, know that you can reset them. At world tier 11 and 12, handing them in those rewards at those bounties actually is going to net you some legendaries and mostly epics. And in world tier 7 and 10, you're guaranteed epics as well. But obviously, the higher in the world tiers you go, the more likely you're going to get more legendaries from them. The second thing you can do here is you can farm bosses. Especially the higher tiers, it will of course guarantee you epics and legendaries, but that's a much longer process and it's not as guaranteed, so to say. It's not the most efficient. And some people are literally still doing the chest and captain farms from the demo, but they have much less probability. And honestly, out of all the methods I've mentioned so far, don't even waste your time with this one. You want to be progressing through the game. As a matter of fact, don't focus too much on farming in the beginning. Do it just enough to get to level 30, because once you get a level 30 character with 20 skill points and you can deck him out full tree and have just decent gear, everything becomes 10 times easier to do because you're just so much more powerful. Not to mention, at that level, you're getting items at your level that are actually more useful. Nobody cares about, the blues, and maybe you're going to get one legendary that's very low level you're going to switch out anyways. It's just better to do it a little bit later on in the game. Do it enough to get to a point where you're able to pass a little bit and you're having an easier time. And if you're in the end game already, the best source are expeditions. Now, expeditions, you can get a whole lot of titanium and leather even if you lose the activity. Not to mention, you'll get the blues in there. But if you do complete the activity and you complete it well, obviously you're going to get lots of blues and epics in the beginning. And as you progress, obviously it's going to go from epics to legendaries left and right. But your build does have to be on point. But the case in point here is, no matter how well you perform on the expeditions, it's a great source for resources, farming resources at any point, whether it be iron, titanium, or leather if you're doing the monster-centric expeditions. Hopefully, guys, you found this farming video very useful and that I compiled a couple of strategies for you. Like I said, don't waste your time with the captains, or I would even say probably the bosses at the moment. Focus more on the monster hunts and, again, progressing through the story so you can get to the end game. The expeditions are actually quite well built for farming resources and items, and especially the better build that you have, the more successful you're going to be. You don't always have to go for the most difficult tier of the expedition. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe down below. I'm going to be releasing a lot more Outriders content. And you have a good one, guys. Take care.